Okay, disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, just a guy who's gotten lucky investing before. Past performance does not guarantee future results. I'm just as good at losing money as I am at making it. None of what you are about to see is financial advice. Now, what I would like to talk about today is a little company called TTWO Interactive. Right now, they're trading at a $44 billion market cap, and after close of today, Wednesday, June 25th, they closed at $242.30 a share. And remember to like and subscribe, because why not? Now, I want to give a shout out to my cousin David. He put me onto this stock. He mentioned it. Said, "Hey, they're releasing the biggest game probably ever to ever exist in 2026. I'm sure their stock price is going to do pretty good." And I'm making this video to share my thoughts on that and go through their company financials history and talk to you about new trends in the gaming space since Grand Theft Auto 5 has been released. And he is right. He is right. This stock will do good. However, I don't think that people are going to understand how long it's going to take until the stock really reacts. And so, no further ado, I want to just get into some of the background history of the company and how that is relevant today. Now, the CEO of Take-Two is a man by the name of Strauss Zelnick. I could be pronouncing that wrong, but that's my best take on it. He became chairman of Take-Two in March 2007. He holds an MBA and a doctorate from Harvard University and a BA from Wesleyan University. He founded ZMC, a private holding company, in 2001 with a starting capital of $300,000. Now, ZMC is his own holding company, of course, private equity firm that just invests in media and communications. After a investor stage takeover of Take-Two Interactive in 2007, he shortly became the CEO. So the previous CEOs passed away or moved on. In my research, the CEO that was in place when GTA 1 came out, he sadly passed away in before 2007. It was 2 days ago when I was doing this research, and I didn't take notes of it. Anyway, I mean, that was almost 20 years ago now at this point. Not super. The point I'm bringing up here is that this guy has been CEO for a very long time, almost 20 years. The CFO has been in the same role since around that same time. And if you go into Take-Two's website, you will see that most of the senior management has been in that position for a very long time, right? So when GTA 6 comes out, it's not under some new management. It's going to be the same old game that has been coming out for. They're not. The machine's not broke, so they didn't fix it, is what I'm trying to say. And then on the developer side, Sam Houser, he is a co-founder and current president of Rockstar Games, the company that produces Grand Theft Auto 6. He is one of the leading creative forces behind the Grand Theft Auto franchise. He's been the producer since the third game. His brother co-founded the company, and he has been the president of creativity up until 2022, where he became president of the whole game company. Now, the two lead directors of the game, the guys that are, getting their hands really dirty, Rob Nelson and Aaron Garbett, they have both been with the Grand Theft Auto franchise for a very long time. Aaron Garbett, who has been on every Grand Theft Auto that has been produced in the 3D space. So Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 4, Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Redemption 2, and same thing with Rob Nelson. He has been in that role for a long time as well, since Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. So these guys, there's not some new young team coming in that's green. It's they're gonna make a good game. They've done it before. They've knocked out. If you're not familiar with, I know there's a few people that are watching this video that are not very familiar with Grand Theft Auto 5. It is the most successful video game of all time, and I will be going through that. That is not what I wanted. Okay, now this is the Glassdoor employee reviews of Rockstar Games. Rockstar Games overall, their staff rates it 3.8 stars. However, when broken down by game designer, their employees give them a 4.3 star rating. And then just to compare, Roblox is one that I really want to talk about as far as competition goes. Overall, they have 3.8 stars, and they're software engineers. They don't break it down by game designer, but they do break it down by software engineers. 4.2 stars. Activision Blizzard overall 3.7 stars. Software engineer 3.7 stars. Bungie overall 3.3, and they don't have enough employee reviews to break down by job title, but 3.3, you can assume that their game designers aren't too pleased when compared to Rockstar. Electronic Arts overall 4.1, but their game developers rated them a 3.9. So overall, I mean, Roblox is pretty competitive. If you are a really big, really good game developer, game designer, you're probably gonna be looking, and you're at the top of the game. You're the best game designer out there. You're gonna be looking to work for either Rockstar or Roblox. That's what I'm trying to build this story of. They're a good company to work for. Now, I want to compare Grand Theft Auto 5 to the coming Grand Theft Auto 6. Just some of the things to look at when you're talking about the hunger for this game, because the hunger for Grand Theft Auto 6 is very interesting. So, Grand Theft Auto 5, when it was launched, it was one of the biggest games ever launched. When it was launched, I think it was the single most units of a video game sold in a 24-hour period and a 1 month period. Their trailer, their initial trailer that the company released on their YouTube channel, you can go today and look it up. It has 122 million views in 13 years of it being uploaded to YouTube. They released a second trailer showing more of the game, and that has 31 million views in 13 years. Now, when doing some due diligence on the coming Grand Theft Auto, the big cultural change from Grand Theft Auto 5's release to today is microtransactions. And you will see, I will show you a spreadsheet I have of the reported earnings. Microtransaction revenue was like non-existent. They had microtransactions on release day. A month after release day, it took them about a month to get Grand Theft Auto online, get their servers working and figure that whole section of Grand Theft Auto out. But revenue didn't come in because they didn't bring any microtransactions money in from GTA Online. So, pretty much non-effective. Microtransactions weren't a thing in 2013. And then the last point I have is release sales. They sold 29 million units, roughly 29 million units, reported in that first earnings call after release. GTA 6. Grand Theft Auto 6, they released one trailer a year and a half ago, and it blew up the internet. 262 million views in a year and a half. I think it eclipsed the Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer in a 2-day period, somewhere within 2 days. It is the most viewed video in YouTube history in the first 24 hours after being uploaded that is not a song. Fun fact. That's the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. Now, they released a trailer 2 showing more of the game a month ago, a little more than a month ago, and now it has, at the time of making this video, 131 million views. So there's a lot of hunger. Their second trailer in a month beat what their last game did in 13 years, right? There's a lot of hunger for this game. People are going to be buying this thing. It's going to sell like hotcakes when it comes out. Microtransactions, now this has been a huge thing that I don't think that Wall Street is is prepared for, is the revenue from microtransactions with GTA 6. Microtransactions have become since 2013 kind of a cultural thing, with like it's kind of like a like a like a success statement, I guess you would call. What do you call it? Like when you get a nice car, it's like Keeping Up with the Joneses. Like that's what people are doing today. You know, it's like, oh, you have the hot car in GTA 6, is kind of like the white picket fence of 2026. You know, it's like people, kids, parents, they're spending so much money after they buy the game on in-game content, and I don't think that Wall Street is going to be ready for how successful microtransactions are going to be. And then Still to this day, Grand Theft Auto is still selling like crazy. Um, on a given month in 2025, GTA 5 will have around 20 million unique accounts signing in to play GTA 5 online. They will they their last earnings report, they reported 5 million sales of new units of Grand Theft Auto 5, which is still very strong. When the new NBA 2K comes out, they're selling today. I think they sell 7 million a year of the new sports game. So Grand Theft Auto 5, a 13-year-old game, they're still selling just about as much as the new sports game, right? Pretty impressive. So I want to go now from here to my spreadsheet here. This was a lot of work. I hope you all appreciate it. Over here, I have the notes here, so you can see in 2013 GTA 5 released, PlayStation 4 released, and then GTA 5 on PlayStation 4. And then this is when they started really getting aggressive with microtransactions on some of their sports games, testing out different methods of getting people engaged in microtransactions. Red Dead Redemption 2 released, Borderlands 3 released, PlayStation 5 released, and then they acquired a company called Zynga. Now, when they acquired Zynga, they took on a lot of debt. They expended a lot of their cash, and they also diluted a lot of shares, which is, when you're going to acquire a company, not a bad way to go, using all three of those methods to raise up money for an acquisition. Now, down here you see Borderlands 4. That's their next big game. That's when you should see earnings reported here. GTA 6. Now you can see, if you go back through the history of Grand Theft Auto 5's release, you can see, like I was talking about, their revenue had a huge spike, $1.8 billion of money coming in, and operational expenses they were really scrambling to get Grand Theft Auto Online up, and their operation expenses shows. They diluted some shares as well, and sold some asset, and you can see that it reflected quite well on the earnings per share. Now, after GTA 5 was released, they did not. Their revenue, the 2 quarters before, they reported 143, 149. They got their huge bump, 195, 125, 126. And then Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 4 release, they got a good pay bump out of that. And then it was right back down to, pretty much just 2K, NBA 2K's revenue was really still helping them out. So, and then also they started making WWE games. They got that contract. So that also bumped up their revenue. So this really, Grand Theft Auto's revenue after release on PlayStation 4 was still pretty flat. And after 2 years of realizing that, that's when I think they realized, hey, we got to start getting a little bit more aggressive with post game revenue flow, right? Microtransactions. And when you look here, this is in reading Reddit reviews and things like that. This is around the quarter when people started talking about, these games are really the microtransactions. They're really pushing it. They're making it so that, and they started deploying new techniques to get people to buy more microtransactions and spend real money on a game they already paid for. And you can see it actually kind of come up in real time on the income statements. And you can also see that their shares outstanding, they're like all over the place, but mostly within a pretty tight range. Now, if you come down here, you can see they've also reported positive earnings for a long time. Now, for the last year and a half, they have not reported very good earnings, mostly due to the Zynga acquisition. Zynga acquisition really, really spiked their revenue, right? But before the acquisition, you can still see Red Dead Redemption 2 release, and their revenue stream consistently in the 800, 900, 700 million dollar range. And I mean, Red Dead 2, yeah, that was a pretty big game, but I really credit it to the microtransaction techniques that they really figured it out. Borderlands 3 was really big, but it wasn't that big. Q1 2020, there was really not that much of a reason for revenue to be this high. And I really credit that to microtransactions across all of their games. And GTA 5 on PS5, they deployed another new technique for raising microtransaction revenue of Grand Theft Auto Plus. Is like a $5 a month subscription to Grand Theft Auto Online, where you keep getting new skins and things like that. Even though their Zynga acquisition came in, that was a on their latest earnings call, Q1 2025. They're still bringing in a significant chunk of revenue from GTA Online Plus, GTA Plus Online. Now, their net income, you can see they're spending a lot of money on research and development on Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 earnings from that game will be released in this earnings call, Q2 of 2026. Now, Grand Theft Auto 6, I believe right now is scheduled to be released like 2 weeks before that earnings call closing date. I think I was looking at it. So when you look at my estimated revenue, this is all estimated. This solid line here is the anything above this is what had happened. This is kind of all just guessing. All this chart here is just me kind of guesstimating what we will see in the future. And I mean, what really happens between here and here is kind of not very. To me, it's not very important. I guess I would say, because what really matters is the data that comes out on this earnings call. Um, the revenue of GTA 6 sales. Now, I based $6.4 billion of revenue for Q2 2026 based on GTA 6 coming out and selling 60 million shares, which I believe is not unrealistic. In Q in 2013, when they announced GTA 5 revenue, the game was selling for $60. They sold 29 million units, 29 million units, and it was not as big of a culture icon as Grand Theft Auto 5 is today. Since Grand Theft Auto 5's release, they have sold 225 million games. And this new GTA 6 trailer has 260 million views, 94 million views in the first 24 hours. I don't think that in 3 months it is unrealistic to say that GTA 6 will sell 60 million copies of the game. I think that's realistic. That might just be me. I might just be uploading this video and get a whole bunch of, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. There's no way you can sell 60 million units of a game. And then also, on top of that, the uh, um, the cost of the game is still up in the air. I mean, they Microsoft is talking about new Xbox games are going to start being $80. Sony is talking about their games are going to be $60 or $80 per game per disc. Microsoft Flight Simulator for the base game was 120. So we've seen a modification for prices of games themselves recently. So I think that come a year and a half from now, a year? No, 10 months, I think, is when 10, 11 months. Um, I think $80 a game is going to be a realistic figure. Not to mention, you see, so PlayStation 4, there's a reason I had PlayStation 4 release. PlayStation 4 was released in Q1 2014. 6 years later, PlayStation 5 released Q4 2020. When's PlayStation 6 going to get launched? When is this going to be a thing? So, I mean, this will probably be like 2028, 2029, but that's 3 years after the release of GTA 6. That's going to be more games sold. That's going to be, and not to mention, so Roblox, I was talking about Roblox. Roblox does not, I don't think, has the cultural effect that Grand Theft Auto has. And they have 120 million users, monthly users, monthly players. And I have said earlier, that Grand Theft Auto 5 has 20 million unique accounts on a monthly basis. I believe that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be bigger than Roblox. And that is not just my opinion, that's also some friends' opinion. I've asked them, I asked around, I was like, am I crazy to think that, Roblox is not going to be as big as Grand Theft Auto 6 for like the 2 or 3 years after Grand Theft Auto 6 is released? And turns out I'm not the only one that believes that. So, in conclusion to all of this research, I just want to bring this up. Analyzing, the historical valuations of this company following the launch of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5, their belief in long-term revenue, Wall Street's belief in long-term revenue, was pretty low. They traded for around 5-6 times earnings after the release of GTA 5 on PlayStation 3. And then Red Dead 2 came out, and it was, the same thing. It was, I think they were trading at a PE of 19 or so. However, they were also growing revenue at that time due to them really getting in tune with microtransactions. So, you can see here, they were starting to figure it out. So, I think that Grand Theft Auto 6, when it is released, they're going to report earnings. They're going to say, we sold 60 million copies. They're going to report earnings, and Wall Street's going to go, okay, cool, what do you want me to do with this? I mean, you guys just sold a game, GTA 5, same thing happened. You guys, sold the game, and what? You went right back to the same revenue number, same earnings for the 3 years after. And then Red Dead 2 came out, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and you sold so many units, and GTA 6 comes out, and you guys aren't gonna turn revenue. And I think that you can see in these revenue numbers before the Zynga acquisition, they figured out how to turn a biggest cultural icon of a game into long-term growing compounding revenue. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to cut in because I was watching back on the video, and I just wanted to go over the EPS and my estimated EPS. So here you can see they're probably going to report during launch of GTA 6 14.1 earnings per share. The next quarter, they're going to report more sales of the game, and some microtransactions, get 17.6. And then they're probably going to stay steady with 3.25 EPS for a little bit. But if all that goes according to plan, and they are after release of GTA 6, keep in mind, post Red Dead 2, they reported, one earning, $1, $1.57, 1.89, 1.3. When they were really getting down with Red Dead Redemption 2 microtransactions, and now they have Zynga and Borderlands 4 coming out, GTA 6, and then, of course, NBA 2K. That's always going to bring them revenue. But with GTA 6 microtransactions, I think they're going to report a consistent 3.25 earnings per share, which would bring them 13% per year times 30, which is what the market is valuing growing video game companies that base their income off of microtransactions, and you'll be looking at a $390 share price. Now, I believe that their earnings will continue to grow as some of their operational expenses kind of cool down, and they start paying off some of this debt, and they start normalizing the Zynga acquisition. They're still kind of getting over that hump of the Zynga acquisition and PlayStation 6 launch. It will continue to rise. And I think that the share price right now of 243 or something, I think that will go down before the release of GTA 6 and potentially even after, right? So if they're reporting, like I said at some point in the video, they could report lower than expected on the GTA, the first round of GTA 6 release. There could be an issue with not enough discs, things like that. Could have issues with online store crashes, not being able to. That happened on GTA 5. The PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 store could not sustain the amount of people downloading the game, so that could be a thing coming in, and this Q2 2026 could be a disappointing earnings report, and after, if it dips, that would be a good time to buy. That is all that I wanted to come back and say. And GTA 6 is going to be different, and it's going to be even larger than Red Dead Redemption 2. It's going to be larger than Grand Theft Auto 5. It is going to be the largest game of all time, and it's not even going to be close. And with that being said, just going over some of the grading of the company, I think senior management gets an A. Typically, I like to see founder-led companies, but the CEO kind of buying into the company through private equity. Typically, that's a red flag, but I mean, the guy's been at the helm for 18 years now, and he's been doing a pretty bang-up job, man. Good on him. He's had a lot of success, and future revenue growth, as I've gone through, I think that's an A. I would even say A+. Balance sheet health, A-. They've been diluting shares. They deployed a lot of cash. They took on some debt, but I think that with the release of GTA 6, they're going to be able to pay off a lot of that debt. The debt that they did get, I didn't mention this, was in 2022 when the Federal Reserve interest rate was at an all-time low. So the interest that they got for the loan on the Zynga acquisition, I mean, that's like free money essentially, right? Moat, A-. There have been competing attempts at making a better Grand Theft Auto. They do not succeed ever. Grand Theft Auto 4 had some competition. I don't even remember the name of the game, honestly. I played it. It was a lot of fun, but their GTA 5 competitor flopped. I don't think that there's going to be much competition, really, at all. Employee ratings, B+, could be better, but not the worst game developer employer. Value, I'm saying C-. The asset to market cap ratio is like not in your favor. And if there you are really barking at me. I think I gotta go take this dog for a walk here, so I'm gonna try and hurry it up. Value, yeah, C minus. Not too many assets for the price that you're paying. You're really paying for this GTA 6 release. Inverse. I didn't do this on my last video. Inverse is basically, is this a good opportunity to lose money? Inverse the strategy. I'm trying to buy TTWO to lose as much money as I can. Is this a good strategy to lose money? Well, they could have GTA 6 could come out and be a terrible game. People do not want to pay for microtransactions. And some of us maybe banked on microtransactions, and then they have to go the whole route of Cyberpunk 2077. If you don't know what Cyberpunk 2077 is, there was a game company that tried to really they spent 10 years making a game like GTA 6, and then it came out and it was not optimized. It was rushed. They spent a lot of money paying Keanu Reeves to do a thing at some big gaming conference, and then they come out with the game. It was really premature. Lots of people didn't want to play it, and then it was kind of a flop. So that could happen to GTA 6. However, this is not the first game that these developers are making. There's a lot of senior guys within the company Rockstar making this game. I don't believe that. That's why it's got a B+. But it is not a good way to lose money if you are strategically trying to lose money, is my point. Overall, I would say right now this gets a B+. Now, come down later on down the road, this is very early to be ranking this stock. To be buying this stock right now is really early. I think that, waiting, it should go flat. You should be able to still buy it for $240 come, around launch time for GTA 6. This is my overall buy, hold, sell. ASML I like the most right now as of June 25th, 2025. Google I like the second best. Waymo is a huge money maker, and their next earnings report is going to be huge. AMD, I mean, it's cooking right now. They just closed at 144. I sold a call on AMD at 140 strike price. I think I'm actually going to lose money on that deal, but it was a 2-day out call. The implied volatility, I saw that and I was like, there's no way it's going to keep going up, right? Well, I was wrong. I'm going to lose on that, but it's not a big deal. I only sold a call for the shares that I own. So Liberty Energy, huge asset play, super undervalued right now. Amprius Technology, awesome company, great technology, and they just signed a contract to manufacture batteries in South Korea now, so they have good news coming their way. HNST, undervalued right now. They're estimated to report 5 cents per earning. That's going to be their biggest plus earnings call if it hits. Nike, they just started selling on Amazon again. Going to be a good earnings call coming up. TTWO, the huge upside potential for the next 3-year outlook. Mazda, they're making the best cars. CNC, I just did my video on that. Novavax, Celsius, Elf, Ondas, ASTS, Tesla, don't buy. I don't buy list, my sell list, Tesla, Twin Peaks, and Intel. I will be evaluating those guys later. Probably not Intel. Probably not for a while on Intel. Intel could go to 0. Anyway, that's my video. I have to go take my dog for a walk. Thank you for watching me ramble for 40 minutes.